London is one of our favorite cities to visit, and no matter how many times we go there, we always seem to end up in Southwark at some point. It's one of the oldest and, to us, one of the most wonderful parts of the city. The whole area is chock full of amazing museums, beautiful buildings, both old and new, and is home to, by far, our favorite market in the whole city, which is a great place to start a day in the area. That market is, of course, Borough Market. Popular with both locals and tourists, this is the place to go to get amazing foods, spices, and drinks from around the world in one convenient spot. It's one of those places you just want to eat your way through, but with the size of it, I really wouldn't recommend trying that in one singular day. But if you want a suggestion for a great quick bite here, you can't go wrong with La Marche de Côtière and their amazing duck confit sandwich. And I'd really recommend it with a delicious Prosecco spritzer from Borough Wines right next door. It's the perfect combo of filling, delicious earthy sandwich and refreshing, bubbly drink to enjoy on a day to the market. But if that's not your thing, there are plenty of other options, from oysters to brats, pad thai, and more. Just make sure to get here fairly early, as the place does fill up with people very quickly. And that's not the only thing to do around here either, as just behind the market is the beautiful Southwark Cathedral. It may not match the scale and grandeur of St. Paul's across the river, but to us, it's one of the most beautiful cathedrals in the city, and is a great little stop to enjoy the wonderful architecture of this church, as well as the amazing stained glass and sculptures that you'll find inside. And if you're still in a touristy mood, there is plenty more to see in this area. For instance, just a bit more around the corner is the Golden Hinde, a replica of the ship sailed by Sir Francis Drake to circumnavigate the globe. It's a pretty neat sight to see, and come on, who doesn't love a good ye old ship? And if you need a bit of a break, you've also got a nice little pub and cafe here to take a little rest. But don't rest too long, as it's time to get off the beaten path and head over to another amazing area of this borough. And to get there, we'll take a little walk along the river, which might not be the fastest route, but it's certainly the most fun, as from here you get amazing views of the city of London in all of its glory. And not just views, there's also plenty to do along the way. For instance, we have the Hayes Galleria, which is the perfect place for those in a shopping mood, as you'll find it lined with great shops and stalls for you to enjoy, as well as some really good cafes and restaurants. It's a bit pricey here, but it's at the very least a beautiful place to take a walk through. If history is more your thing, though, just outside the Galleria is the HMS Belfast. This impressive World War II cruiser has been permanently moored here on the Thames and serves as a really great museum to show what life was like on board a Navy vessel like this at the time. Then just a bit further down the river is the London City Hall, which on its own is a pretty interesting looking building, but for us is a great stop to take in more of those wonderful river views of the Tower of London and, of course, Tower Bridge. And here at Tower Bridge is a great place to stop for a quick drink, as just under the archway is a nice little pub called The Vault. This is one of those oddities in touristy areas that you'd think would be crowded, but seems to get missed. Most people want to go on to Tower Bridge rather than under, so this always seems to be a nice quiet spot for a pint, whether you sit inside or out. And even though the beers are a bit costly, honestly, you're paying for the great view, and to us, it's certainly worth it. Moving on from there to one of our other favorite markets in the city, the Maltby Street Market, which is a must visit, though it's only open on Saturdays and Sundays, so plan accordingly. During the rest of the week, this cool little alleyway is lined with a number of stores, restaurants, and cafes, but on the weekend, you get a load of amazing street vendors making the market, and here, much like at the Borough Market, you'll find unique and delicious foods from around the world, from gyoza to waffles, along with an amazing selection of craft beers, wines, and even some locally made gin. But if beer's more your style, then you're in luck, as this market is also nestled pretty much in the center of the Bermondsey Beer Mile, where you'll find a load of different craft breweries making beers in a variety of styles. But let's just take a quick look at two of our favorites, the first being Hinde Beers, just outside the Maltby Market. These folks are making some truly delicious and unique beers fermented with honey, and even though their selection is a bit small, everything that they have on tap we've enjoyed, and it's one of our favorite places to sit and savor a good beer with some of the great food we picked up at the market, as it has just a nice laid-back, comfortable atmosphere. Now, on the other side of the tracks from the market, and heading back towards City Hall a bit, is our second favorite brewery here, the Southwark Brewing Company. This is one of the old guard in the area with quite a long history in brewing, and it shows as they have an impressive selection of beers done in some more traditional styles. It's almost the polar opposite of Hinde, frankly, in both style and atmosphere, as this place is a bit more ruckus and industrial, but either way you go, you'll enjoy a tasty beer and have a great time. So whether you wish to walk the well-trodden path to the Borough Market or head out and explore Maltby Street, Southwark is just a great place to kick about when visiting London. With so much to do and so much to see, you just can't go wrong with this amazing borough. So get out there and explore, my friends, and if you have enjoyed this video today, please do like and subscribe, and I do of course hope to see you all on our next adventure.